The Assault of Charles Sumner by Preston Brooks. Senator Charles Sumner of Massachusetts was an anti-slavery Republican. On the 19th of May in 1856, Sumner gave a speech titled "The Crime Against Kansas" in the Old House Senate Chamber. In the 5-hour-long speech, Sumner addresses the disagreement of admitting Kansas into the Union as either a slave state or a free state. He mentions 2 Democratic senators that have committed the atrocity of supporting slavery for Kansas, Stephen Douglas and Andrew Butler.
Preston Brooks was a Democratic representative from South Carolina. He was an intense advocate of slavery in the southern states and believed that enslavement of black people by whites was right and proper, that any restriction on slavery was against the rights and the structure of the South. In 1840, he fought Texas Senator Lewis Wigfall in a duel and was shot in the hip, causing him to need a cane for the rest of his life.
Charles Sumner's speech, "The Crime Against Kansas," was a 2-day speech against slavery, personally insulting South Carolina Representative and Preston Brooks' relative, saying that Senator Butler has chosen a mistress, the harlot, slavery, meaning that he thinks that slavery is cheating against everything he believes America stands for as a republic and a nation. Preston Brooks became furious after this allegation towards his cousin, and in the South, during this time period, there was an unwritten code of honor saying that standing up for your family should be a citizen's #1 priority. He then devised a plan. 2 days later, he came into Sumner's office saying, "You've libeled my state and slandered my white-haired old relative, Senator Butler, and I've come to punish you for it." Then continued to hit him with a golden-tipped cane, almost killing him until he was finally restrained.
What this incident left behind was a sign that if the issue of slavery was reaching an all-time high, and if not resolved soon, the outcome would inevitably be war. Now that the problem had escalated to mean violence in the national legislature between the representatives of the slave states and the representatives of the free states, there was the obvious idea of secession evolving. This event was an obvious precursor to a civil war, and finally showed the horrible extent that the situation has came to.
The assault most definitely sparked the abolitionism versus pro-slavery ideologies during the 1850s and helped make both sides feel stronger about their beliefs. It strengthened and improved Sumner's beliefs in abolitionism because he gave such a controversial speech, and he made bigger impact in black communities later on. Brooks's physical approach to the issue was glamorized among Southerners, further influencing the idea of using violence to both slaves and abolitionists. In conclusion, the assault that happened in 1856 exposed the political and racial divide over slavery in the United States.